What do you think the plan will be here?
Hi everyone, it's Norman and Kochnik here for day 5 of the epic test match, I would call it, between Pakistan and Australia at RAWALPINDI, Pindi Cricket Stadium. We've got a situation now where they're going a little bit early. In fact, they're going out to bat 15 minutes earlier than the normal scheduled time of play. Khawaja 97, Warner 68, Labuschagne 90. All good scores. Smith telling out all good scores, no centuries. Head 8, Green 48, Carey 19. Now we're Stark not out 12 and Cummins not out 4. And there are 7 for 449. Still some, what is it now? Less than 30 now. It's about 27 or so runs behind in arrears. And Shaheen Afridi's coming on. He's bowled 28 overs already with 5 metres, 1 for 80 for less than 2.86 per over in terms of runs. Pretty solid. Had a few catches, went close to hand and almost dropped. But yeah, the ground's getting a little more worn now. Alim Dar, the 100-plus test match umpire, what is he now? He's standing in his 137th test. Alim Dar's 137th test, a very experienced umpire. And he's partnered by Asham Raza, standing in only his 3rd test. But he looks quite competent and quite at ease. Mitchell Stark's going to face Shaheen Afridi, and I'm expecting wickets to fall pretty quickly here, don't you? Live from Pindi Cricket Stadium in Rawalpindi, Pakistan versus Australia. Day 5, look, admittedly, it's unlikely that a result. Rohit Sinha, how are you? First test, day 5, session 1. Here with the first ball. And Shaheen Afridi's already clobbering someone on the pads there. I think it's Mitchell Stark. So 7 for 449. They're still. They're going to go up to the DRS for this. There's still some 27 behind, and yeah, it's in fact, oh no, that's too high and it's leg side. It's not a very good appeal, as in a review if that's what they've done. Let's have a look. Because he put his hands up. I don't think he has. No, he's what's he done? Sure. Shaheen's a great bowler, great potential. Hi Siddharth Singh, Hamza Nawaz. I need Pakistan versus Australian ticket because all the tickets are sold out. You mean for what you're talking about for the World Cup? You're talking about for the match in Karachi or Lahore or the one today for Pindi? What are you talking about, Hamza? Hamza, TV's just as good. You can get a great view of this game. It's a magnificent ground. Good theatre. It's not the hugest of stands, but it's got theatre, it's got character. It's one of the best stadiums I've seen. Gaddafi Stadium's better, I'm saying. Yeah, 7 for 449. It's a tidy score. Pindi test your time. So just Hamza Nawaz, if you go there for the last day, I'm sure you can walk up there and you'll get a ticket on the gate. I've never ever experienced a ground where even if it's so-called sold out that you really don't get a ticket. Someone's not able to come because they're sick, or someone had to leave early, or there's been a mishap at home, there's dogs vomited, something at home, who knows? There's always a way to get in the ground, I'm pretty sure. So if you really wanted to go there, look at the stand now, there looks to be gaps all over the place, to be honest. It's got a fairly substantial media section and so-called VIP gallery. Vijay Mogul, good afternoon. Missing the king of spin very much. Thank you so much for the warm. Missed how he played. Steve Smith played well, but 70, 80, doing 100. What is the reason wicket's not falling in Pindi tests? Well, I don't necessarily think it's just simply the wicket. It's a very, very good batting surface, but good bowling gets wickets. We've seen evidence of that already. So Norman, my namesake, got 4 wickets and he bowled tidy and cleverly. Oscar try to give 60 overs to Pakistan. They're not going to get a 150-run start, I'll tell you now. Do you think there can be a result other than a draw here? Pakistan the second collapse, maybe? I don't think so. I certainly can't see any collapse occurring. Australia now 450 up. Cummins just squirted it through point. Looks like it's going all the way to the boundary. They're getting cheap runs here. Ever increasingly closing that gap, but not forgetting that Pakistan declared 4 down. Australia is 7 down, so you really can't compare this. The key here is that Pakistan don't allow Australia to get too far ahead of themselves here or too far away. Smith will be dropped from the T20 so Warren's wish. Well, he's not. Well, he's not even getting an IPL contract, did he? So, yeah, I don't know whether there's much to see Smith's short format career. 7 for 454, star at 12, Cummins 8. Cummins facing Shaheen. You know, he's getting some cheap runs here, and all the pads they're getting a single there, so they've already taken some 6 runs off the over. Yes. So I'm hoping you're enjoying these live guys. Let's get people to view, like, and share these posts. Subscribe, hit the notification button, share this around because I'm here for the 3 test series and hopefully more. I'm a huge fan of Smith. Well, Steve Aaron, he's a good player. He was a great player. He's not as good as he used to be. When we see, and it's almost half the team out in the split, yeah, true. Australia approach should be to go all out and get a 50-run lead here as possibly. I agree. I think that's what they're doing. Always getting nervous when Smith's batting. Well, I get more nervous. Khawaja's the one who was the most convincing. He got the top score, 97. Off, you know, he looked to me the goods. I was saying Smith and Warren all got runs, but I think to me Khawaja was the most convincing. And Norman here, the man with 407 off 37 overs, is coming on the bowl. He said that things go his way. He said 8 test matches and 23 wickets in total he's taken. Average 27, which is not too bad for a spinner, especially early on in their career. Let's have a look here. I used him as my thumbnail here for this particular live presentation. I've got a good feeling he's going to get a couple more wickets before the day's out. It's a Pakistan Cricket Board production, this test series. They've got right holders and good on them. They've done a great job. They've been able to get this test match to happen. Great things. What would be your prediction for the finals of the World Cup side? I'm still saying India and, at this point, Australia. But Pakistan, if they play well in the series, they may make the jump. They're up there. They're ranked second at the moment. I'm in Australia, maybe yes, Hamza, but I'm hoping to be in Gaddafi Stadium for the 3rd test at Lahore. Let's get that. Stay tuned for that. And he's caught. There it is. Norman's got his, as I predicted, he's now got his 5th wicket for the innings, and he's thanking his those above for his 5th wicket. And Cummins just played a pretty pathetic lofted drive. Afternoon, hello, Paul Newman. Yes, Neumann, who I've got as the actual thumbnail. He's just taken his 5th wicket, and it was a fairly straight to him. It's a pretty ordinary shot, really. Indeed, it's a pretty ordinary shot. In his famous stance, he does this. By the way, it's International Women's Day, and I should be thanking. I've just got a message from Winifred Dursain, who's the captain of Malaysia, that just messaged me. I should tell her to join. I'm asking whether she can join me. Maybe she's teaching. I'm not sure what she's doing. See whether she can. I mean, the fact that it is National Women's Day, you know, it has some significance, no doubt. Out comes Nathan Lyon. Let's just get this inviting a guest. International Women's Day. And Pakistan didn't play too badly against Australia in the Women's World Cup. Now we can know why Cummins is batting behind Stark. Pretty ordinary. Nathan Lyons played 106 test matches. This is going to be running. So how long did it take you fully recover from COVID, Norman? About 8 days. Or do you still think early into the draw? You have to think it will, unless Pakistan are very daring and go out there and stack 150 odd and then put Australia in. No, I don't think it's going to happen. Draw's the likely response. I've just got a message to say that Nathan Lyon, he can bat. Norman's on fire. He's taken 5 wickets. Cummins played an awful shot, really. It was lofted. It was very ordinary. They might get wrapped up quickly from here, maybe, and Agar or Swepson would have been more handy to hit this line. True. Agar, for sure. I'm a huge fan of Ricky Ponting and Shane Warne. Same here, and I'm very sad to hear him go. Fergus Shafiq, hi Norman, how are you? I told you Australia will score 400 and you said 300 maybe. Well, I was wrong. Okay? I was wrong. Agar must play in the second test. I totally agree. Totally agree. So he's taken a fifer before. In fact, he's taken 2 other fifer. He's taken a 5. This is Norman Ali. Took one against South Africa, 5 for 35 against Zimbabwe, 5 for 86. This probably has the most meaning against Australia, 5 for 170. He's taken 3 fers against West Indies and Zimbabwe. 2 for, sorry. So this is his 3rd fifer, and I think he might well go past it and take another couple. Yeah, Robert M was a huge shock. I haven't recovered. I mean, I was speaking to Alan Mullally, who has known Shane Warne for well over 30 years. He played with him at Hampshire. Alan Mullally, of course, having the bowling for England, knows a lot about Shane Warne. In fact, I was speaking to Alan Locke today. I'll see whether Alan wants to come on. I'll see whether he's available. Let's see. Let's just see where Alan Mullally is. So 8 for 455, start 12 line on, I think they trailed by 21 runs. Shane Warne was larger than life, he certainly was. Just going to see. Just pulling it. You want to come on live and talk a bit about Shane Warne?
Oh, maybe.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I have sent you the link.
It's now sticking in. What the fuck?
Okay, I've sent you the link. I'll send you the link. Okay, just now.
Okay, cheers, buddy.
Okay. So we might have just invited Alan Mullally. I took it like an Ian Hilly took it first. I thought it wasn't that true, but until I read it exactly. It's very hard to block. I found out first on 6 in the morning, actually. Paul Newman says Swepson is a wicket taker and performed well in Shield cricket. Yeah, and Agar has an average 40. Yeah, succeeding at Shield cricket does not mean you're a test bowler. I'm sorry. You've got to play well at test level. And in the case of Agar, he's already proven himself at test level as a batter. He got 99. I think I'd have him in there. We've got a plane doing some acrobatic stuff at the moment. Hopefully it's just acrobatics. Okay, so yeah, Swepson. I'm not sure. No, I am sure Agar's a better option. Will they give Rod Marsh a state funeral? Great question, Robert M. 989. I think they should. Western Australia, which is where Rod Marsh is from, should be thinking about giving him a state funeral, as are the Victorian government for Warne. Great question. Great question. It's a bit embarrassing. Well, not embarrassing, but Rod Marsh died, and only hours later, Rod Marsh, of course, Shane Warne actually put together a Twitter veil to Rod Marsh, and then he died shortly after. And Rod Marsh's passing was a big deal, and all of a sudden it was swamped by what happened to Warne, and we've almost forgotten about Rod Marsh's passing. I think that Western Australia should be getting their act together and giving Rod Marsh one, because he would have to be, like Dennis Lilly, one of the most 2 significant Western Australian cricketers of all time. And for Australians, not only just Western Australia, but Australia as well. So, yes, I would agree. brother. My brother got a state funeral, actually, a national one in Papua New Guinea in Port Moresby. He was well respected there in the ministry. He was head of the tax for federal government, and he was given one, actually. And I attended that. I actually did a speech. And whether the family accepted on the state funeral, of course. You're right. Very, very true. Australia versus Pakistan first test was a disappointment, and Warren would have been fuming if it was allowed to get through. So, well, perhaps he would have been, but it wasn't disappointing. It's still great batting, just we didn't get a result. Do you think both sides' top order batsmen have played good test batting technique? Yes. Not getting influenced by, yeah, I think they did. So I was very impressed with Azhar Ali and Imam Mahal. I think they batted beautifully, both of them did. And then, of course, even Shafiq looked really good. And in Australia, Khawaja certainly impressed me. Labuschagne was sound. As far as Smith was concerned, he looked pretty solid. It was a bit scratchy, but he got through. He got through. Yeah, there's a lot more to be said here about. But I think Pakistan batted better than Australia. I have better, even though they're edging close to their score now. That's with 8 wickets down. I just hope that there's an appeal for. He's out LBW. Here we go. There's a review immediately. But why was he reviewing immediately? It looked like Allingdar is a pretty good judge of a wicket falling on. I think you'll find that's out. What's he reviewing for? So Shane Freed looks like he's got Stark. Stark desperately has, yeah. So psychologically, it'd be good to see Australia not beat the scoreline. So look, he looks very full. Oh, no bat there at all. He's as plumb as you can get. Australia play better than the second test. Yeah, but I think Pakistan will even get better rather than Australia. Tell me if you play cricket right now, then you prefer national team or IPL. I think national team. Always national team. Darbash is my hunt. Does Australia win the series 1-0? No. Can't see that happening. Bowl very wide. That's definitely out. There's a clobber the stumps. Very good delivery, actually. He used the crease wide and angled it in. He's gone. He's basically walking up. Come on. Just keep walking, Mitchell Stark. You're out. He's out. And he's acknowledging it. There'll be 9 for 459 in roughly 140 overs. Yeah, 1 out at best, I think. But yeah, I tailed him amazingly. It was a great delivery. That's superbly plumb. Absolutely and utterly plumb. Now, there's bat noise, but that's not the bat hitting, ball hitting the bat. Bat hitting the ground. Why wasn't Maxwell named in the 620? Yeah, that's correct. He was getting married. He's made a life decision, and that's fine. Let's get married at some stage. He actually planned that wedding before the whole proper Pakistan series was announced, and it clashed, and he had no choice. I respect that. He's out. That ball was not hit by the bat. It was scraped. The bat was scraping on the ground. It has to be given out. Yeah, he's gone for all money. Review lost. He's out. Hit middle and off stump. Middle of leg stump, sorry. Now, in Pakistan, media criticised Pakistan for playing negative brand cricket. Show play the win. No, I think Pakistan did not play a game of negative cricket at all. Batted very well. So they're 9 for 459. There's still some, 17 in a rear. As far as I can see, good old Hazelwood's in the line. You'd think these two won't last very long. Someone will go quickly. I don't know who this person is, but they're going to have to be put a bit of a time out. Here we go. Hazelwood and not out. He's facing his first ball lines, not out. 3, 9 for 459 after 140 overs. They trail by 17, and psychologically, Australia should go for less than the 17. because it's clear that Pakistan have been the better batting side this particular session. This will be a win. Because they don't win on first innings like they do in Sheffield Shield in Australia. Because that means Australia would lose. But it just means that Pakistan will get a good chance of that. I'm keen to see Imam and Ashar Ali and the rest of them bat anyway. Oh, that's out. First ball. Yes, there it is. Norman's got his 6th wicket. It's his best bowling figures ever. They're going upstairs, but also no idea. Yeah, that's plumb as anything. Lyon's already running off. I don't know why he reviewed it, for God's sake. Norman's now got, what should be 6 for 170, his best bowling figures ever. Congratulations on him. He was a cover guy. So that means Pakistan have got some 17-run lead, only having used 4 of their wickets, lost 4 of their wickets. That's plum. Absolutely plum. Has to be plum. Yeah, that's super plum. 6 wickets to Norman. There you go. That just shows that you can take wickets on this pitch. Also asked a question about why Pat Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood, and Warner left out there. Look, they're a mix of players that probably need to be in a chain. They can't play all formats. If Shaheen's playing IPL, what do you think? How many rupees Shaheen would get? A lot. He'd be one of the leading bowlers. There's no doubt about that. Look, I have to. That's plum as it's complete waste. Oh, it's hit, smash in the middle stump, right through the middle. He's out well and truly, neck and crop. All that for 459. Pakistan. Sorry, India. So I get it right. 459 Australia. After Pakistan were 4 for 476. So there's 17 runs in front. Pakistan. Norman gets a great 6 for 107, and I used him as my thumbnail. I had a prediction he got 4 wickets anyway, so he's taken a further 2 this morning. Good on him. Be very happy. 6 for 107 is a great bowling effort on this wicket, and he's done exceptionally well. And now Pakistan have the rest of the day to bat and should just occupy time as much as possible. We're seeing Kerry O'Keefe with Brad Haddon and Ishiguro. Probably Brad Haddon sitting in the seat which you would normally expect to see Shane Warne. That's rather sad indeed. Yeah, so Pakistan have got in Australia all out for 459. They've only added, some 10 runs this morning. Lost 3 wickets. With Cummins and Stark followed by Lyon all going out pretty quickly and pretty cheaply. So they got a 17-run lead immediately. Considering they had 4 wickets down, it's pretty down. I mean, Australia's total of 459 sounds massive. Not against 4 for 476, is it at all? Legend leg spinner bowler, cricket history. I grew up seeing him on CB, great commentary. Commentator May, many times I tried to bowling his action. He's really sad. He left soon. It is extremely sad. It is extremely, extremely sad. I totally and utterly agree. It's one of those situations that, there is. Cummins caught at a short cover. Pretty poor shot, actually. Good delivery. Never was anything was straight to the fielder. And he seems very happy. That's his 5th wicket. And then, of course, Shaheen bowled magnificent delivery to Stark. I think, well, I'm sure he'll be able to bowl him. And then the last wicket, but not the least, Zahid Ali. Don't know Zahid. And then the last wicket, of course, that was absolutely out. Plum as. Then the last wicket before Lyon trying to sweep off middle stump. In fact, Australians have swept very poorly in this match. The dismissal of Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Kawaja, now Lyon, at least 4 I can remember. Even I think maybe Cameron Green, I'm not sure. 5 of them tried to sweep and swept very badly. But on the other hand, but Kawaja generally swept pretty well, except for that one last shot. But the sweeping of Azhar Ali and slog sweeping was just fantastic. And Shafiq all batted very well. 185, 157 Australia. Not one of the Australian batsmen got into triple figures, despite scoring 459. So there you go. How many wickets will Lyon get today? Your prediction? He's probably the only one that's going to make a difference. But Pakistan have got no rush. There's no need to panic. It'd be nice to see the openers opening a top three get another 100. There's plenty of the time today to do that. So that'll be emphatic. Pakistan gets, number one for 200 and something, and then you get a couple of centuries out of them and very few wickets. Vikesh Bishnoi, hello, how are you? I'll say 2, maybe 3 for Lyon. I wanted to know how to pronounce the ethnic origin of your last name. My last name is Kochanek. Kochanek means, well, I was born in Australia. My parents are German, and they have this Prussian, Prussian, even partly Russian, or I hate to use the word Russian. Prussian is like an area which is now Poland, Russia. It actually means Kochanek means lover in Polish, but all my parents don't speak Polish. They don't speak Polish at all, but the name means lover, which is quite funny. Of course I'm a lover. Even gigolo, would you believe? They might get bowled out for 200, you never know. Who? I don't think so. If they score 200, they'll be gone anyway. Hello, sir. This is what have they got here? Said in the pick that we will try to win the match. What's your views on it? I don't know how they're going to win the match now. I mean, Pakistan batted so well in the first innings, they only lost 4 wickets. I can't see them losing 4 wickets now. I can see them batting 1 or 2 down for 200, and there's no result expected here. But psychologically, Pakistan have scored 4 for 476 and tried it all out for 459. A lead of 17 runs. They won in the first innings. Now they can bat long and make the Australian bowlers bowl all day and think that they can't get them out. That's got to be the key to this. Not necessarily quick runs and think about a quick result. No. I'm waiting for me to get a silver button from YouTube. What's the silver button? Come on, guys. No swear words. I don't want to see swear words. I'll have to block you if that's the case. Yes. So we've got a lot of activity here, as you can see. Pakistan will go into bat with a great deal of confidence. We've got, 85 overs, maybe a bit less than that in the day. Enough time to get 250 runs. Enough time for some of these Pakistani players like Imam and Azhar Ali again, and Shafiq to score centuries. So I give a silver button when you pass 100,000 subscribers. Well, I'm on my way. I've got 26,000. Please, guys, if you're viewing this now live, hit the subscribe button for Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochanek. Hit the notification button. Go to my Instagram, my so-called Twitter. Okay. Defender of Justice. Why don't you guys in the subcontinent help me get to that 100,000? Make that something that I want to represent you guys. I love the subcontinent. I was married to a Sri Lankan for 15 years. I have lots to do with Sri Lanka. I manage cricketers from all countries, including Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, a lot of countries. Now, everyone, we have a very significant guest here, guys. Alan Mullally. How are you, Alan?
All right, mate. How you going? So we cap on.
What's the cap say? Tell us about the cap.
Oh, wrong cap. I've got your cap somewhere at the back.
What is it?
That's Chiang Mai Lana Cricket Club in Thailand.
Chiang Mai.
Where we are going to go, Mr. Norman.
So Vikesh Bishnoi was saying these pictures only increase the batting averages of the batsmen. No, I don't think it's that. I think Norman here, did you see the Pakistani left arm spinner got 6 for 107? It's pretty impressive.
I can't keep up. Hey, Norman, can I please show you something just quickly? And I'll put the cricket on, yeah?
Yep. Just for everyone's sake, because I don't know, Alan Mullally here, former England opening left arm bowler who played for how many years at the Test level?
6 or 7. One day is
6 or 7 years.
Sort of stuff.
Played against and with played against Shane Warne at Test level. Played with him in Hampshire.
Yes, and Hampshire. And he was my neighbour in Hampshire. Mates for 30 years. And yes, for you, I'm heartbroken. I'm just heartbroken. So I'm sorry for the mess, but
that's right.
The main man's gone.
So Alan Maloney's been on my show many a time. So
Norman, I called him a month ago. What's going on? I just want to get away from cricket.
I understand. I understand.
Not me, him. And that's the result, man.
Marcus Trescothick, he had some mental issues, didn't he?
It's a tricky one. But you know what, Norman? Here we go. Can I please show you this?
What are you watching? Don't put it on. Don't put TV on that.
The guy with the best smile in the world, Bob Marley. Anyway.
Okay, good on you. Bob Marley was quite a significant person, certainly.
You never sent me.
Did you play with Mark? One of the questions
here
from Akand Gunjareka was, what happened to Marcus Trescothick, sir? I think it's referred to you. What happened? Do you know much about? Did you play with Marcus Trescothick?
Yeah, he suffered with depression. Well, what's going on there?
Great batsman.
Oh, Lord. So what's going on with Marcus? Hey, Norman, can you please relink this to my messenger on my iPad?
Sorry?
Can you relink this onto my iPad, the messenger there?
To your iPad?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to? Okay. I'll. But how can I do that? To WhatsApp?
Well, no, not WhatsApp. Just my messenger. Oh, Lord.
I've already sent it to your WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Is he Malloy, 52 years old, birthplace Essex, or am I wrong? That's because you were born in Essex?
Yeah.
Alan?
Yeah, hang on.
Yep, he was same age as
right.
Shane.
Check that one out. Can you get that on Messenger?
Individual helpful for bowlers, much helpful for batsmen. Yes, it's true, but that's the way it is, guys. I'm not concerned that it's a batting pitch at all. That means we get some enthralling batting to watch. I remember that night, 1999, when Shane Warne tamed the crowd at the MCG. Alan, were you there? Alan's just fixing his phone.
Can you please put this onto my iPad? Just think you
but I can only send it to your WhatsApp. Then it doesn't matter what you do. How can I send it to your iPad?
Well, you did before in Messenger.
Yeah, but I put it. You just have to take it off Messenger. What do you mean your phone message?
Just try again on Messenger, man.
On your phone message?
No, as in Facebook Messenger. Chuck it in there.
Hang on. I'm going to try and get this. Hang on. Copy. Here we go. I'm sending it to your phone message, okay?
Facebook, Microsoft, however.
But I've already sent it to Facebook. You have it on Facebook.
Try the Messenger thing.
Yeah, I've sent it on Facebook as well. Okay. So Mitchell Starc coming in, he's bowled 67 matches, 274 wickets. He's got 13 5-wicket hauls. Do you think that any result can come out of this match today? Yeah, probably a draw. That's a result of sorts, and it will be in favour of Pakistan, because Pakistan now has 17 runs in the only having used 4 wickets down. Australia are all out. It's the time of the future of Test cricket for fathers to just shake hands and go, no, pal, this is what Test cricket's about. You finish it. If it's a draw, it's a draw. It's admirable. It's not a bad thing. Look at that first ball. Is the claiming you need to be? No, there's no one. Bit of overreaction to Shafiq there, who got 44 in the first innings, missed out, you would argue, somewhat in the second. Sorry, in the first, he should have got more. Australia needs to take some early wickets. They do, but I'd be interested to see what happens here. It's going to be very early on because that's when these batsmen are a little bit, underdone. Australia needs to. Okay, Aussie should not bat the entire their bowlers exactly. Aussie should bat, well, they can't bat because they're unable to because Pakistan are batting. Pakistan will make a huge fist of it to try and handle Tharoon V. I think you'll find that Pakistan have that intention. So 4 for 476 declared, none for none, and the Aussies like for 459. So, it's 17 runs ahead immediately without having only used 4. Cummins 100. Dinesh Mishra House Cummins going to get 100 when he's not even. He got out very cheaply today. A lot of rain in the city today. There certainly has been. It's been bucketing down. Shafiq here. He looked good in the first innings. Bit of late swim, far too wide. Far too wide. Far too wide. So we got the Women's World Cup, Australia and Pakistan playing today. There's a fair bit going on there. We've also got West Indies versus England starting up soon, and then obviously there'll be the next test between India and Sri Lanka. That'll happen in Chinnaswamy Stadium down there in Bangalore, a day-night of pink ball. Interesting. And of course, this test match here starts only a matter of days away as well in Karachi, and then there'll be a third one in Lahore. Boland needs to come in for the next match. I think Agar ahead of Boland, to be honest. Are you going to put Agar and Boland in? That'll be interesting. They do that when Stark will go. And you would think, who else would you drop? Cameron Green? I don't know. The results does not come out in 5 days. And on the other side, test matches is over 3. I think both are not good. What do you reckon? Well, I think test cricket is test cricket. Some are 5 days, some are 3 days. You take the good with the bad. It's all test cricket. It's always highly anticipated, highly interesting. Now you've got that other one. You got to knock off the other one, Alan. The other one that you got on, you got to get rid of that. There we are. Okay, good. You're on one now. You got to get more to the. That's it.
Oh, by the way, Norman, lovely shave.
Move to your left. That's it. Not right, left. That's it. So what do you reckon? Should Australia play 2 spinners in Pakistan?
You know what? No, not. To be honest, I'm not followed it because I just haven't. The past week has been a blur.
Yeah, Rod Marsh should be getting a state funeral, shouldn't he? Not just Shane Warne.
Pardon?
Rod Marsh should be getting a state funeral in WA.
Oh, God, yes. You know what? He started with Lily and Chappell, the Warne era.
But see, everyone's forgotten about Rod Marsh. Maybe the family doesn't want a state funeral. Maybe they want to be quiet and take less of the limelight of the whole thing. People are saying this because nowadays we rarely get to see draws and test matches. I'm happy if it's a draw. If two sides have played well, I'm happy. And Pakistan deservedly are 17 runs ahead. Do you know what the score is? Australia's all out for 459 and Pakistan were 4 for 476. So they both got good runs. But Pakistan lost 4 wickets, whereas Australia's all out for 459. The 17 in front, and then Pakistan are back in bat now. The first over was a maiden. Hayes was bowling the second over.
Norman, you know something, right?
Can you talk about this? When there was, I think it was bottles thrown on the ground or something. Talk us through that.
I can't hear you properly, Norman.
Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Very low.
Well, I don't know. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you okay. So read that.
Smack your volume up, man.
My volume's on full.
You, man, what you see on YouTube and the news is wrong. Dead wrong.
What's dead wrong?
Well, that would cost money.
Anyway, can you read that, Alan, please?
I've got full volume here, man.
You got Phil Collins.
I've got full volume and I can't hear you.
I don't know. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, and I'm speaking loudly. If the audience, I'm an Indian, but I wish my country had cricket pitches like England and Australia. All right, just read that. Read that.
I remember that night in 1999 when Warnie calmed down the crowd. Alan was there playing for England. Yes, I know. It wasn't Alex Stewart or anybody else. I was throwing bananas and jelly beans. I said, man, I don't mind that. It was not caught on video where I took the old bird up and go, because they started chanting, oh Lord, Bathurst, about 30,000, but Ali's a W-A-N-K-E-R. Malali's a traitor. But it went mad. They started chucking stuff. And I went to Alex Stewart and said, man, I don't mind when they start chucking cans of beer. Don't care. But that's snooker ball. That's a bit tricky. And that's when Alex Stewart said, that's it, we're off. We're leaving. And I said, oh, calm down. We'll get the fat boy out. Does that. Get him out. And they said, Warnie, I think Al wants you. So what you saw on YouTube and all that stuff, it's a myth. And we still lost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so
Shane Warne, well, for you guys, I know you're listening around the world. For you guys, Shane Warne is a genius. He's a legend. Nice smile. He was much more than that to me. As you know, no one. It took me the whole week. I cried my eyes out. In my bedroom here, just on my own, because we go back a long way. There's so many stories, Norman, but there's no point here saying them because it's just going forever.
keep talking.
I had a broken rib and I played with it for about 3 years. They said, I was got a side problem. No, it was snapped in half. And I had surgery, I had x-rays and you know what? From what he at Hampshire in the dressing room, almost threw up when he saw it because I don't hear bowling. Warning, we toughen up, don't we? And he knew in my last test match I had him in 2001, he was giving me painkillers. Pain fought. Lunchtime, tea time, before play. Yeah. He was such a caring man. It's funny, you know, I know in Australia, everyone thinks cricket, the greatest is Bradman. No. The greatest sports person ever. Now, bear in mind, Norman, I met a few. I met Chris Eubank. I've met a lot. The greatest sports man ever is Warnie in the world. Muhammad Ali, yeah, wonderful. Jesse Owens, yep. Usain Bolt, Michael Jordan. No, there's only one great man. The greatest sportsman in the world, Shane Warne.
Why?
Why? Okay, well, first of all, if I'm Michael Jordan, you go dib dib dob dob dob, yep, train harder, I'm gonna hang time. I'm very good, right? Domestically. I'm Usain Bolt. Yep, brilliant. Yep, I won gold. I'm Tiger Woods. Brilliant. Warnie transcended every single sport. That's why to bowl leg spin is the toughest thing as a bowler ever. Whack a ball, easy, play basketball, to bowl leg spin. The way, and I'd watch videos, by the way, before I'd actually come on here. He had it on a string, just doop, 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 doop. He's the greatest. We all try and say, well, Don Bradman averaged 99.94. But you know what? Shane Warne averaged about 350 million. Differently. I'm not saying that because he's passed. I actually said that to him in the car when we're driving around. You know, you're pretty good. Because, yeah, I guess I am.
How often were you dismissed by Shane Warne?
I don't know. But I did in one game in Old Trafford. The ball was halfway down. I've gone, oh, he's done me the bugger. I said, Shane, why'd you do that? He goes, Al, I'm coming from a shoulder up and I had to try on someone, so I tried on you. I said, you're a bugger. He goes, I know. Let's go for a beer afterwards. And I took him out for tea. There's memories. Norman, I don't want to give too much away about so many stories.
But you both met or you played in Hampshire in 1990, was it? 1990?
2000. Norman, I don't want to give too much away. I'll tell you why, because you're good at what you do. And we'll go to Bali maybe in November and just sit down. I'll tell you stories. You could write a book about it. But just let the dust settle for now.
It looks like Pakistan are going to bat well. Are you watching Foxtel?
I'm watching you.
Okay, so
the game plan for me, Norman, is look after Mum like you are. Maybe in November, December, hit Bali. Actually, I'd like for you to come over here for a week and then buy a yacht. We do. And then go to Bali because the world's gone crazy.
it certainly is. We've got the Ukraine war, which is happening now.
Yep.
It may escalate.
My mum keeps saying, like, 2 years, it's going to be World War III. That's not good.
Looks like Pakistan are doing it quite easy, and I think they're getting excellent. Got a 4. I think it was an overthrows. I think it might have been overthrows. We'll see.
Yeah. So, knuckle down. I'm trying my best. You know why, Norman? When you think of Shane, I did lose it on the weekend. Just, yeah. For a lot of people, Shane Warne, the entertainer, the cricketer. My mum cried. My mates cried here. They phoned me up, Al, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's tough. And now, Al, I've never met Shane, but the stories you tell about him and you and the crack, I feel like I know him. I said, yeah, that's Shane. Yeah, so I don't want to say too much here, Norman. Just, I'm heartbroken.
So you woke up and you read it on the internet, or where did you find out?
I had a phone call from England at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Who from?
Lord, who wrote my biography. You might want to start buying that, by the way. Yeah, there's loads of stories about Warnie in there. He goes, did you hear about Warnie? No, he's dead. I fell off my chair. So if you're going
You're
to
born in 60,
go,
you're born in 69, weren't you?
Pardon?
You're born in 1969.
Were
you born in 1969?
He was born July, August, 2 months after me.
What?
He was born 2 months after me.
Right. Bit daunting, isn't it, to think that someone so young could not be here anymore?
Well, like I said to you about Elvis. Oh, I wish I grew my love, my dad. The microphone. Come out, do your thing. Off you go. That was Elvis. Oh, my love. He was so drugged up he couldn't even speak properly. But you when you hit the piano, it just like warning. Microphone. I want to know more about his manager.
So, you're talking about Shane Warne's manager.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. For those who are watching, I want to know more about him. For him to say what he said, Norman, and I'm going to say this to the world and spread it, right? Oh, yeah, I'm his manager, and and now bear in mind, I played for my country. I've been famous. Big Jaggers made of mine, blah, blah, blah. and he said he wanted a year off. He told me 18 months ago on the phone he wants a time out, just to be Shane, right? Kids, just to get away from that. Well, you can't because you won't be famous then. Try 3 months. What's his name? Norman? We need to find out who this bloke is. I want him done in. Because that's wrong. I know Warnie. He just wanted to go away. Mexico, America. Nobody knows who he is with his children, Simone, and be a normal person for the first time in his life. Oh, go on a special diet, Shane. This will do it. He's dead. I want everybody here watching, I want that bloke, I want his name, I want his number, I want him done. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's complicit, Shane. Sorry, Norman. He is complicit to Shane's death.
Oh,
it's heartbreaking, and he's complicit, Norman. I'll cry my eyes out all weekend. My mum has. My mum got it back and come say, don't you cry? 83 years of age. There's no more shame on. I want this bloke who's his manager. I want him hung, drawn, and quartered. And the media is also complicit. Just let the man be. He's good at cricket. Great. And he said to me so many times in the Green Lantern, the 7:30 West and Green Beamer when he played for Hampshire. Al, I just want to just play cricket. Which is fine, but leave him alone. I actually drove up the M3, Norman, right? We're going somewhere to play a game, a 4-day game. We was playing for Hampshire. He goes, Al, here we go again. I said, what's up? We've got a car behind us. The paparazzi. He goes, Al, we're going to pull in here to the gas station to get some gas. Well, why? We've got to... And they went past. You know what? They then came around and up behind us again. They were try that for 20 years, Norman. You think about Michael Jackson? Please. All Shane wanted was, in the end, to be left alone with his children. I've done my thing. Excited people. Play cricket. Wonderful. Can you please now leave me alone to be a dad? That's why I'm so heartbroken. He said to me, can you just, Al, Spides, I've had enough. I've had enough. Oh. I've had enough of the famed life. Can I just please be a person? And you know what? My mum knows best. Mum? She'd come around here, in England, give her a big hug and go, hey, Mrs. M. And he enjoyed with Simone more sitting with real people than the famous people.
Okay, so this match in front of us here, Pakistan now lead by 26.
Hey, Norman, I've got to go, Norman. I've got to speak to Mum, yeah?
Sorry?
I've got to speak to Mum, okay?
Okay, all right. Okay. Thanks for joining. See ya. I'll say goodbye to everyone. Alan is someone who's very emotionally upset about Shane Warne's passing. He obviously has known him for 30 plus years. Met him in Hampshire when he was young. Got to know each other really well. They were buddies. They rode around in a green BMW that he had. And anyway, it was rather a sad thing for him to be confronted by this same age as Warne, basically. A couple of months difference in age. They're very much on the same page. Now, it's Pakistan going very competently here, none for 9, lead by 26. Thinking about the day. I think. That's Stark's bowling is showing me that he needs a rest. He's bowling quite poorly today. And, I would suggest that, we do this, I think, really. So, yes, well, Alan will come back a bit later. So, Pakistan approach is not brave enough for this match. Vabhim, says from pitch preparation, batting approach, delayed declaration. That seemed. I don't think that's the case at all. Pakistan have played particularly well this match. Batted a bit slow, but not significantly slow. They were in control of the whole match. They're leading by 17 runs. They're batting now. This is great. The pitch dictated the terms. They are in ascendancy mentally and on the scoreboard. Paul Newman says bowling for Stark. Well, that would be interesting. But are we going to put Ashton Agar in there or not? And if we are, that means Stark will have to be replaced by Agar, and Boland may not get a Guernsey. It's going to be intriguing to see what happens. They may even not. They may have changed another of the bowlers as well. It won't be Cummins, he's the captain. Lyon will still be there. So Hazelwood and Stark could both go and bowl and could come in along with Agar. Or they might play another bowler and take out Cameron Green, potentially, or Travis Head. I'd actually, my honest opinion, I would have Travis Head out of the side. He didn't contribute this match at all. Bowled very poorly. And if he's in a pseudo all-rounder position right there, then I would have preferred Agar over him any day. He can bowl and bat quite competently, whereas Travis can't bowl. And his batting's been up and down, even though he has scored centuries. He still is, what I would argue, a little bit up and down. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Pakistan, after 4.3 overs and none for 10, they're in no rush, and I respect that. Well, they should not allow Australia to bat again. They should show force of batting, and that's what they should do. What's your thoughts, guys? Do you agree with me? If you don't agree with me, tell me. These Shafiq and Imam al-Haq look extremely with it, don't they? Look very, very with it indeed. Very impressive. And there's this so-called Denadar Tapal. I'm thinking that's some sort of tea, is it? Tapal tea moment. And I meant to write a little note on there as well. Baba Azam, I may be small, but I am your biggest fan. That's cute. Cute kids' comments there. And the Vuvuzelas going crazy in the audience there. Well, he's cut that rather late. Looks like it's heading to the boundary, yes. Shafiq gets his first boundary. Shafiq on 5. Imam al-Haq on 9. The lead by 31, score is 14. Yeah, bat all day. Slowly bat losing many wickets. If they were 1 or 2 down for massive, and these two guys get centuries, feather in their cap. You know, I know what I'd be doing. So Shafiq and certainly Imam will get another century. And if he gets in there, heaven help them. They should. They should be not losing a wicket and teaching Australia a few lessons and force them to take bowling changes into the second test. Agar and Boland. And Stark's looking fairly average. And that's another lovely drive from Shafiq. It won't go to the boundary. It'll get at least 2. Perfect. Rather full length out outside offside. Yeah. It's quite impressive, really. A lot of women have attended it. A lot of Pakistani women are attending the game. I'm intrigued. It's good to see them, but also been watching the women's cricket. Hopefully as well. Some Aussies there I can see. Not a lot for them to see or do. The seats all over the place. There's no need to worry. You can walk in there and get an entry anytime. What have we got there? We've got some interesting clothing there that's been worn by some of the travelling Aussies. Stark looks ragged. He does. He does look very ragged. George Bailey and Andrew McDonald having a good chat there. See Michael Devenuto. None for 6 and 5. This could be a bit of a excruciatingly, you might argue, boring, but I don't think so. It's tough. Pakistan need to grind Australia into the ground and not lose any wickets. And they lose 4 wickets in the entire match. Australia were all out for 459. Pakistan were 4 down for 476. Let's not forget that. Very impressive indeed. So, so what's the point of declaring too late in the second day and just bowling one over? If they play a little fast and declare earlier, false, they're going to play around 15 overs on day 2. I can see your point, but Test cricket's a war of attrition. Test cricket tests you. Now, they've got 2 more tests to go. They bat out all day and make the Australian bowlers think twice. That puts them on the back foot for the second and third test. There's no, if they declare early and put Australia back, if it was one day conditions maybe, but it's just not going to do any good. Won't be anything. It may take a couple of weeks, but it's more the fact that Test cricket's a war of attrition. I think batting out the day will have more of an effect. If these 2 get centuries, I'll get 2 centuries in the Test match. That's impressive, regardless of the result. So let's just count that. It's really a battle of 3 tests, not just 1. So the result here may be a draw, that's fine. But psychologically, they'll be ahead based on the sheer fact of how many wickets they have, lost only a handful. So that's the point of it. This is not a 1 day or 220 format. You don't need a result now. You can play aggressively, yes, but they've played very well, Pakistan. Australia happened to bat well in the second innings. But Pakistan batted better. They lost 4 wickets for their 476 compared to all out. Nathan Lyon was on after only 5 overs. Ahead of Cummins. So a lot of responsibility on Nathan Lyon's back. And he's got the experience, not only in subcontinent, but in Test matches. Very well. His first ever wicket was, I think it was his first ever ball in Test cricket, was when he got Sangakkara out in Gaul. Unbelievable. Not a bad way to start. All right, guys, numbers are waning. If you're not going to ask me questions, you're going to ask me questions. Don't complain about your national side. And India does it all the time as well. You've got to look at the positive here. They've only taken 4 wickets of their innings, the Australians, and hence they couldn't get more than 4 wickets in the whole Test match so far. That's awful. It necessitates a bowling change for next Test, which puts us right on the back foot immediately. The last thing we'll see now is Labuschagne bowling. We'll tell you now. Travis said, should never be let to bowl. Never. So Shafiq, not out 7. Imam Al-Haq already picking up where he left off, not out 14. None for 21. And complete command. It's great for their overall Test series, these 2 doing well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't think Australia had 156 run opening partnerships as well. So, yeah. Any more questions, guys? If not, I don't think Alan's coming back on. Alan's a bit sad for what's happened to a good friend of his, such animal. Hi, what is your name? What is my name? Norman Kochenik. There is, can you see it? Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochenik. I'm from Australia, and we had, just on a minute ago, we had Alan Mullally, former left-arm opening bowler from England, who lives in Australia, lives in Western Australia actually, so he's 5 odd hours by plane from here, and about 2 or 3 hours behind us while time-wise, almost virtually like in Indonesia. I have a YouTube channel. I've had about 27,000 subscribers for about the last year or so. I've also interviewed over 30 ex-players, legends, and some up-and-coming players on a channel called TV Arcana, which happens to be Pakistani owned, as a matter of fact. TV Arcana, A-R-C-A-N-A. And you'll see many episodes. I often forward them on through my link as well. So, is that your full name? So here it is, Pakistan none for 21, with 38 runs and lead already. Shafiq 7, Imam Malak 14. Starks bowled into his fourth over, he's on for 14. You would think that he won't be on for much longer. There were a man in short on the leg side there for a possible ball rearing up to Imam Malak. And he's just cut the ball into the air. Whether there's anyone there, I don't think there is. In fact, it's gone for 4. It was in the air for a mighty long amount of time, but looked quite safe in the end. He actually got more of a top edge. Let's see where else it hit on the bat. No, it's pretty much off the meat, but he got more of a toppy on it and found the gap between the two players, and Lakeline missed it. Pretty sloppy there. It was up in the air. It was very uppish. Yeah, the Shines are not happy chappies in the field at all. It's very, very loose. Lakeline seems to have run his guts out to get there. He wouldn't have not tried, that's for sure. And that was an awfully short ball, but awfully wayward and of no consequence. So Imam Al-Haq's already moved on to 18 of 18 deliveries. Shafiq 7 of 20, none for 25 into the 7th over. They lead by 42 already. Declaration. What is the reason no one scored 100 against Pakistan? This is a good batting pitch. It is a good batting pitch, and the Pakistani bowlers just bowled well. I mean, we had 6 wickets there for Norman Ali. Good on him. Pakistan know their conditions, obviously. Australia's played some rather poor sweep shots towards it once they were set. Full toss leg stump was clipped away by Imam, and he was not going to be stopped, and he's on the 22 now. He's batting as confidently as he was in the first innings. And Stark's becoming quite expensive. None for 29 into the 7th over. It was an attempt, and Yorker was wayward, leg side and full. Well, there was clip it, and he clipped it with the greatest of ease, and there was a massive gap there. So Imam Al-Haq's batting like a T20 match here, 22 off 20 balls. He's going to be a star, isn't he? 157 in the first innings, he's 22 already in the second. They keep bowling short, and he's going to clobber them, I would argue. Very impressive. A 46 lead already. Could Australia declare? I don't think they will, but they could. Hang on, guys, let's see what that was. You all right?
Yes, right.
Just checking. We had a bit of a noise there. I had to go and check what was going on. Yeah, it is interesting how no Australians got 100. Went very close, though. Kawaja deserved 100. He got 97. He deserved 100. Labuschagne got close. Both Steve Smith and Warner got good starts, 68 and 78, but that's not hundreds. And, of course, the 48 that Cameron Green was quite commendable. If he wanted to keep his place, he wouldn't have needed to get 100, I'll tell you, because there's some pressure on his spot now, not because he's not a good player, but they're going to have to include Ashton Agar in the next match and possibly Boland. So Stark would probably be one to go. Are they going to then drop Hazelwood as well and keep Green and make Green bowl more? Possibility. I think that might be a wise decision, if I'm being honest. So none for 29 off 7. It's effectively 4 and over. That's a good start for any opening partnership. We have a 105 run opening partnership in the first innings. Now they're already 29. I'm sure they're not causing any grief at all for the batters. They're in no hurry. There's no true fall shots going on. Imam seems to be very happy with the pace of Stark. Now Allendale was not happy with Stark walking right down the middle of the pitch. Australia should play with two proper spinners in the next match, so we will drop Josh and Stark. They could drop both if he wants to see Boland and Agar get in. Not Shripson. I'm pretty sure Pakistan will tonk him. It's 9 for 30. Shafiq's just got a single. He moves to 8. And now Al-Haq on 22. 9 for 30 into the 8th over. Lead by 47. Already significant. I mean, anything can happen. Look, Australia could get Pakistan out for less time and they might go and win. It's possible, but it's unlikely. I think next match will be interesting. This match is going to be a draw. Still, this is interesting because why it's interesting? Because Pakistan can really ram home the advantage with their batting. If these two openers get 100 to 200 run opening partnership and lose no more wickets, Australia have gone through the entire Test match having only taken 4 wickets. That's pretty bad. They need to take 20, whereas Pakistan admirably took their 10. Oh, it was popped up, but straight. Imam Al-Haq's very impressive. I think his breakthrough in his 157 has put him in a situation now where he's very confident. And going into Karachi and then ultimately Lahore, he'll be extremely confident. And Shafiq looks very solid as well. So again, 105 run punch from the first innings, 30 in the second. Australia did get 150 odd of these. So yeah, the Khawaja was mainly responsible for that. Absolutely, he was. It's still a good match, guys. All right, don't forget to pass on and view, like, and share the actual posts, and hit the notification button, please, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. All right, guys, I think we've done this a pretty good preview. I think it's almost a post review because it's not going to be much that's going to happen. You'd think. Famous last words, though. Thank you to Alan Mullally on the show today. Former England opening bowler, having played the days of Shane Warne, almost the same age, 2 months, I think, younger or older than Shane Warne, same year, I think 1969. I saw a release sitting there, Bubba Azam hasn't even got his pads on, and he's batting second drop. That's interesting. That's a pretty good sign of him not expecting his openers to get out. I think next match will be interesting. I think so. I think you're right. Pat Cummins has come on. Played 39 matches for 186 wickets. And Shafiq immediately clips him down the leg side and he's got 4. And it's off the bat. He moves on to 12. Score 34. They're now 51 in front. And they clipped it with relative ease there. He's 12, sorry, not 14. 12 for Shafiq, 22 for Al-Haq. They lead by 51, none for 34 the score. Another ball down the same spot, could be another 4. It is another 4. Straight to the leg side again. Who is the world's best spinner in the world right now in tests? Ashwin. Have to be Ashwin. But there's some players that take 10 for a New Zealand bowler, AJ's, and he took 10 plus wickets, but he didn't play again. I don't know what going on. There's also no ball. So Pakistan are racing now into 39 into their 9th over. Shafiq on 16 and Imam on 12, 22. That was a better ball. That was an off stump. The current run rate is 4.78, so they're quite brisk here, indeed. Good comeback ball. It was a ball it actually did be. It was quite a good ball. That was a vicious ball. Shafiq's very compact indeed, isn't he? Very, very compact. All right, guys, we might, every time I say something, you and ask questions, guys. Alan's probably be back later. So we've got KFC, TikTok, Osaka, Dorlance, Zik, Mars Gore. Fair amount of sponsors there. And he's got Shafiq's another single. It's none for 40. Morris goes, so it's none for 40. Yeah, they're cruising, aren't they? They're really cruising. But see, Pakistan could really go none or one for 200 odd, which would be sensational, really. All right, guys. I will see you again post-show. So if you like and share the post, subscribe, hit the notification button, go to @NormanKoch for Twitter and obviously Instagram. Norman Koch is my Facebook and my LinkedIn. So we'll see each other post-show on a post-game discussion. Okay, we had a good preview here in Pakistan, doing very well at none for 40 with Shafiq on 17, Imam Al-Haq on 22. They lead by some 57 already. Such an early stage of the day, and yeah, and Cummins. Oh, one good delivery, didn't he? But hit the 2 4s as well. So okay. All right, guys. Take care. We'll talk to each other in sometime later this afternoon or evening, my time, afternoon your time.